JC Money and Coach Craig Sports Show. I'm JC Money. This is my man, Coach Craig. We're here to talk a little SuperDraft Pro basketball tonight. And my man Craig here keeps telling me how crappy of a slate this is. So let's get through this night.
Yeah, it sucks.
Last night, I think, was kind of a crappy.
Last night was better than this.
A lot of people I liked last night kind of just
I mean, you had
we'll see what happens.
The line that you had Porzingis, Luka, Booker, and Paul done well, right?
Yeah.
The one line,
that
and
line,
then there's
I mean, I still want $1.50 in it, but like the person that was bad was Butler. That was it.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy went out.
No, last night.
Yeah, it was last night. Butler game. Didn't he get?
That was 2 nights ago. That's 2 nights ago.
Who was it last night that I had that did bad?
Well, Ingram got hurt.
Oh, Ingram, that's who it was.
Yeah, I mean that lineup should have done pretty well either with it. Even
I mean, it was a good.
But yeah, this slate
273rd.
In terms of 11-game slates, this gets about a 2 out of 10. It could be a little worse, but not much. And all the injuries we're looking at earlier today, it's just like, oh, maybe we'll get some value on the Clippers. Nope, Morris and Batum are playing. Maybe Clint Capela's back for the Hawks today. Maybe PJ Washington's out. Nope, he's playing. Especially if you're playing on DraftKings today, there's no value. But SuperDraft obviously a little bit different since you have the multipliers anyways. But there's still guys that could have looked better today that aren't going to look better because everybody ends up playing. So with our luck and what everything's doing today, Gary Trent's going to end up playing. Just going to say that now. Even though I don't want it to play, that's not how I projected it for the pro contest that we'll be talking about after the main slate.
What's up, David? How's it going, man? So I guess we can get into this. We can start talking about what's going to be happening tonight. I guess we can go over some of the last
something just happened. We got big news.
Oh.
Kyle Kuzma just got ruled out.
Oh, that's big
news. I mean, obviously we'll have to talk about that from more of the pro contest perspective, but it will change the slate. I wonder if they actually let Rui Hachimura start because he's been back for a while now. They had to ramp up his conditioning for forever, and he's still only playing 16, 18 minutes a game. But if he can play, he's a good player. So if he gets 28 minutes, he could really pay off. But
kind of hard.
I don't know what his multiplier is on the regular slate though. I have to look that up. But they could just start Denny Advia too, because I don't know how many minutes they actually want to play him. But that's some big news right away. Hey, we finally got. I had to bitch about stuff, then we finally get news.
Yeah, I mean,
random news. So Hachimura is 1.8 on the main slate. So if he starts, I mean, he's a decent dart throw. But you're banking on him playing minutes. So if he doesn't start, I probably won't play him. If he starts, then it probably means he's going to play at least 24 minutes. So I'd probably play him then. Or I take a look at him at least in some lines, not go out of my way to play him.
Yeah, shit. Okay. I mean,
yeah, but for the pro contest, we'll definitely talk a little bit more about him though.
Yeah, we can get that I mean, that game doesn't start for an hour and 45 minutes, so we can still get to it after
the main slate first.
Yeah, for sure. I think my internet's a little slow today, so
okay.
See, we'll get through this.
Did you have stuff for the studs, duds, and stuff last night or not?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I had more time today.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over some of last night's stuff. And I hope at least some of you guys hit last night. I know I saw David's name in there a couple places, and he was, I know he played that same lineup I had, and at least I know he had $1.50.
Yeah. And last night you really just needed that last game of the night too, because the studs at least early on in the night was Chris Paul at 54.25, 1.2 multiplier, ended up with 65.1. Mitchell Robinson, who we did talk about a little bit as well. It's if he stays out of foul trouble, he'll do all right. So he got to 60 points after the multiplier. So he was pretty good. I think Steph was good if you ended up on Steph Curry last night. since that game was way more competitive than it should have been, and they actually ended up losing in overtime somehow. Like, I don't know how that happened. If you played Chris Duarte yesterday, you were very happy because he got 40-some points before the multiplier, 1.6 multiplier. So he was probably one of the top scorers on the entire slate. A lot of that Pacers value turned out pretty well with him, Torrey Craig. Even if you play Goga, I think even if you play Goga, he still probably got to almost 50 points with the 1.5. He should have been a 1.8, but, super draft. In terms of the what?
I said, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go over the duds, we can do that too. There's decent value on yesterday's slate, but
let's talk about some of the dart throws.
Yeah, we can do a dart throws. So Mikal Bridges was awesome last night. He had a bunch of steals, which really helped him out. He had 43 points before the multiplier, 73.1 after the multiplier. So very good day for him overall. Unfortunately, he did not hit a 3-pointer yesterday, which killed me in the FanDuel contest, where if everybody in your lineup hits a 3, you get extra money.
That's so awesome.
He shot 4 and he didn't make any. So I'm not happy with him, but he still had a good day overall. Jose Alvarado actually ended up playing decent sizable minutes. Once again, played about 20 minutes, played rather well. And he's a guy who's from New York too. So he played in his home area. So he played really well. He had 4 steals as well. So 31.5 points before the multiplier, 63 points after the multiplier. And then Emmanuel Quickly, he was 32.5 before the multiplier. He had a 1.7 multiplier, and he was 55.25 after the multiplier. So he was really good. If you played Torrey Craig, he paid off. If you played, I think Isaiah Jackson even paid off. A lot of these Pacers guys randomly paid off. I switched over to Kiefer Sykes for my Karis LeVert. That was a terrible idea, but that did not work. If you play Kiefer Sykes or Dwayne Washington, it didn't work. But if you play any of the other Pacers, it probably paid off. I think Justin Holiday even paid off too. Some of the guys for the Golden State Warriors did. Kuminga did not. He only played 15 minutes. He pretty much played the first half, and then Steve Kerr's just nope, no more. So Iguodala just played the rest of the game from there. It's Steve Kerr. That's what I talk about all the time. It's just he's just going to do whatever he wants. That's why it's so frustrating, because you even Kuminga played 27, 29, 28 minutes, and then last night 15. So it's what Steve Kerr does.
Fucking Steve Kerr.
Yeah, he's kind of a pain in the ass. But the Warriors have been so good for so long that he's not really that good of a coach, honestly. He just had the right pieces.
Yep. I agree.
So for the duds, we had Julius Randle. A very bad game for him. He played 29 minutes, 1 for 9 shooting from the field. So he had 24.75 points before the multiplier, 28.46 after the multiplier. I thought he was going to be the most popular player on the slate last night. He was not. I was expecting closer to 80%. He was closer to 60% in most of the contests I saw. Luka Doncic actually was the most popular player last night at 78%. Yeah. He had, he got 46 points. It's a dud, but it's not a dud. It didn't kill you if you played Luka last night. Still 46 points. Dud, on a normal slate, if we're talking about guys, a dud is 40 points or less.
Mm-hmm.
But since it was last night, we just got to throw a name up there. We threw him up there. Brandon Ingram obviously got hurt after 27 minutes of playing time. So, he got 30.75, 1.25 multiplier for what he actually was able to play yesterday before he got hurt. He played pretty well. Just so happens that he got injured. So you can't really control that, but hopefully, I don't even know what type of injury he had, but hopefully for his sake, it's something that he can come back from pretty quickly.
All right, here's just the initial look at just some of the guys that we had out there for tonight's main slate.
Yep.
So we can go over some of the guards and play. Our guards and play are one-time multiplier up to 1.65 multiplier, and then after that, those are our studs or our dart throws. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the guards, James Harden obviously at 1x. Obviously, he didn't live up to standard the last time out, but it's James Harden. The guy can go for 70 plus points on any given night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to be a guy that I'm going to have in a decent amount of my lineups once again tonight. Like I said, this is a kind of a yucky 11 game slate. Might be leaning towards a little bit more of these studs once again tonight. So DeJounte Murray at 1.05. Wish he was 1.1 still, but he's had very solid games outside of one game in the last 6 games. So he's a guy that can do, and he's one of those guys that's relatively safe because he gets points, he gets steals, and he gets points, he gets steals, he gets assists, he gets rebounds. He's a pretty safe player Like he's never going to have that complete dud of a game, but he still has the upside at the same time. So he's like the guy you want to play in DFS just because the floor is only so low and the ceiling is still just as high as pretty much anybody else. Steph Curry, obviously, we know what Steph Curry can do. He had a decent game last night. We'll see how he looks tonight. Obviously, there is no Klay Thompson tonight. Andrew Wiggins is questionable, so maybe Steph has to do just a little bit more tonight. And they could come out pissed off that they lost to the Pacers' second stringers. Like, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And they're playing the Rockets tonight. The Rockets aren't a very good team. Rockets are going to give up a lot of points. It's probably going to be back and forth game, probably high scoring once again, but, could favor Golden State quite a bit in that regard. John Moran at 1.1. Obviously, we've seen what he did last time out. They are missing just the same guys as they were last time. So John Moran still looks great at 1.1. Not sure why his multiplier hasn't gone up yet, but we'll have to see. Kyrie Irving, obviously, it's going to be him or James Harden, or at least it should be. Last time it was LaMarcus Aldridge scoring a bunch of points off the bench, but Kyrie or James Harden, one of those two should go off. Most of the time, the other one still has a decent enough game that they're not going to hurt you either. Bradley Beal at 1.2 looks very good. Obviously, looks a little bit better without Kyle Kuzma now. So, not that him and Kuzma, they don't really get into each other as much, but it's still one less guy that's out there that is, a capable scorer at any given point in time.
Anthony Simons, Beal my champion.
Yeah, Anthony Simons at 1.5. He still looks pretty good. They got McCollum back. He can do decent enough that, he's going to be in your lineup and not hurt you. He can help you a little bit, but he's probably not going to put you over the top like he did when it was just him. So, CJ McCollum, you can look at too at 1.3. He's just not like a guy that particularly stands out for me at this point in time. He looks a little bit better on some of the other DFS sites where there's salary involved, because there is a little bit more upside from that regard, at least. Kobe White at 1.55. Obviously, he's a guy that's been playing. Lonzo Ball is having surgery on his knee, so he's not going to be playing anytime soon. Kobe White's a guy that's probably going to get you 30 plus at 1.55. Definitely could do a lot worse. Has a little bit of upside as well. And then Dennis Schroeder at 1.55. Marcus Smart's out once again tonight, so Dennis Schroeder's still looking pretty good, and he's played very well the last two games too. I think he had 40 points before the multiplier, so definitely somebody to look at. And you can even throw Mike Conley in that category too at 1.55. Last time out, terrible in the first half. Second half, very good. So if he can just put it all together for all one game, should be pretty good tonight, and still no Donovan Mitchell. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got to guard at least.
Yeah, I'm playing DeJounte everywhere tonight. I think I am also playing James Harden. I like that Schroeder call too.
Yeah, so I think
Bradley Beal's obviously a good call.
Yeah, you got the top end guys. You got the Harden, Murray, Morant. You can throw Kyrie in there, Bradley Beal, and then you kind of got the other guys where it's your Anthony Simons, your Kobe White, your Dennis Schroeder, your Mike Conleys.
Yeah, you're hoping that they go off. You hope that either something happens to where they get an extra opportunity to go off, especially with a multiplier like that. And it does happen too. We do see it a lot.
Well, the thing with those guys is they're all 1.5 or higher, and they're all in better situations than they typically would be. So, that's why they're in play.
I like it. All right, let's talk about some forwards.
Yeah, so Giannis at the top. He's at 1x multiplier. I like Giannis against the Bulls quite a bit. I don't think the Bulls don't have it. Not that many teams have somebody that lines up and can defend Giannis well, but the Bulls really don't. They got Vucevic, they got DeRozan. I don't know who you're gonna put on Giannis. You're gonna put DeRozan on Giannis? That's not gonna work. You're gonna put Troy Brown Jr. on Giannis? That's not gonna work. It's just not gonna be good. No matter what they do. So I do like Giannis quite a bit tonight. I think he could have an upside game. LeBron James, obviously, LeBron looks good. LeBron always looks good, and Russell Westbrook's been terrible. And he got benched the last game too. So it's LeBron's team at this point in time. It was already LeBron's team, but it's even more LeBron's team. He's gonna have to do everything at this point in time. Danilo Gallinari just got ruled out for the Hawks. So finally somebody actually got ruled out besides Kuzma, I guess. But then we got Jimmy Butler at 1.15. As long as he doesn't get ejected once again, he'll be great. And his ownership will probably be lower today just because people are like, oh, he screwed us the last time out. Well, he got ejected. So, he might get ejected twice in the whole season. So, what's the odds it's going to happen back-to-back games? Pretty low. but that stuff
Yeah.
happens. Initially, I just figured he got hurt once again, but
Yeah, I did too.
if he's healthy, this is Jimmy Butler's team. He's going to look like a good play at 1.15. Obviously, we have Pascal Siakam at 1.2. His multiplier never changes. He's a pretty safe player. Gives you a little bit of upside too as well. And he's been playing pretty well lately. He's been playing monster minutes too, like 41 plus minutes on any given night. Then we have Bam Adebayo 1.25. Obviously, he had the monster game the last time out, but that's when Jimmy Butler did get ejected, but he still looks good tonight. Still a guy that projects for about 40 points before the multiplier, has a little bit of upside as well. Christian Wood, pretty much the same thing as Bam Adebayo there, honestly. Maybe Christian Wood's the play tonight just between those two, just because Bam had the big game last time, so maybe people will be chasing him a little bit more, but let's see. Jaren Jackson at 1.35. He's kind of like the only other guy for the Grizzlies that can score the ball besides Ja Morant, so he's going to look pretty good tonight. And so here's the thing. They're playing against the Nuggets. Jaren Jackson's a guy that's liable to get in foul trouble on any given night. So as long as they don't put him on Jokic too much, because if you put him on Jokic, he'll get in foul trouble in 2 seconds. But Steven Adams is still starting, so like Steven Adams should be playing against Jokic most of the time. So Steven Adams doesn't even look like a bad play tonight. I think he's like 1.65, but his prop bets actually look pretty good too. So I think Jaren Jackson looks great as long as they don't try to like play him at center too often.
They better not.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but you never know. This whole rational coaching thing.
Getting centers first.
Can't always assume rational coaching, as we know with the NFL, and it's even worse than the NBA. Like people think NFL is bad, like for fantasy football and stuff. Like NBA is 10 times worse, honestly. So the centers, we have the big guys at the top still. Most of the names we've been seeing for a while here: Nikola Jokic, 1x multiplier, Joel Embiid 1.05. I don't think we need to say too much about these guys. We saw what they did the last time out, which was just flat out ridiculous.
Yep.
Like that. Most people can't even do that, and they did it on the same night. And now they they have that type of upside. And there's not many guys on this slate that has that type of upside just to go off like that. Nikolai Vucevic looks decent once again at 1.15. Obviously, the Bulls still a little bit shorthanded. Helps him out a little bit. Joseph Nurkic at 1.25. He's been playing very well as of late. But Mo Bamba there at 1.4. He had a monster game last time out. Wendell Carter Jr. looks like he's back today. He's probable, but he's not starting. That's for sure. We know that part. Jakob Poeltl at 1.5. It's Jakob Poeltl. Like the dude's just consistent. Like he's always there. He's probably never going to go over the top. Even though last time against the Thunder, he was about ready to go for 60, and then they blew the Thunder out. But that's a whole nother story for a different day. And so he's just a guy, like he's always there, but he's not going to outscore Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid, 95% of the time. So if you want to play him, you can play him to get a little bit different, but I wouldn't go out of my way to play him at least. And then Okongwu, he looked good, but Clint Capella is playing now, so he looks like just erase his name because it's not even worth it now. Unless Capella doesn't start, or something weird like that. If Capella doesn't start and Okongwu starts, then maybe you could play him. But even at 1.6, even if Capella came off the bench, he's still probably going to play like 16, 18 minutes, which I don't think. I have no idea why they play him off the bench if he's good enough and healthy to play. So just throwing that out there, but I don't think that's a realistic situation.
Yeah, I mean, most of my lineups, I think we're definitely going to just be with Jokic and Embiid is probably going to be where we're going to be.
Yeah, Jokic, Embiid. I mean, you
can go Mo Bamba on one. I added a couple of. They have some nickel games, so I just threw a couple of them in there. So we just get some lines.
Yeah, let's get moving.
Someone sounds tired. All right, let's get some dart throw darlings for tonight.
Yeah, so I mean, let's see who's on. I was seeing who you have on there and who I was on my list as well. So Corey Joseph, 1.7. That's Killian Hayes is questionable. So if Killian Hayes plays, you can't play Corey Joseph. But if he doesn't play, then Corey Joseph looks all right. Gabe Vincent at 1.75. He's decent. He had a decent game last time out. Probably not going to put your lineup over the top, but he's not going to kill you either. John Conchar at 1.85. Obviously, he played big minutes the last time out. Still didn't do a lot. And I have like a sneaky suspicion that he kind of sucks and Melton plays better tonight because Melton played 17 minutes last time, shot 1 for 6 and got in foul trouble off the bench. Melton's obviously a more talented player than John Conchar, at least. So it's kind of there, but it's not something I want to bet on. And then Dosomu, he's still 2x for some reason. I don't know how. Like, he's gone off like the last couple of days. So, like, if you really want to play a guy with a high multiplier at guard, it's probably Dosomu. As long as he's still starting, like as long as Caruso doesn't start or something weird like that, and Dosomu doesn't, that'd be like the only case. But he looks pretty good at 2x multiplier still for whatever reason. He's still there. And then Bojan Bogdanovic, obviously at 1.7, he looks pretty good once again. No Donovan Mitchell, as long as he's shooting the ball and it's going in the basket, he's going to look good. If he doesn't make his shots, then he probably doesn't look very good. Joe Ingles at 1.8 finally pulled his head out of his butt last game. It was all right in the starting lineup. Played 28 minutes, had a respectable night. Probably not a guy I play myself personally, but he's an option at least. And then obviously Rui Hachimura kind of popped up now at 1.8 since Kyle Kuzma's not playing, but it just really depends if he starts. If he doesn't start, I don't want a piece of him. If he does start, then we can talk about him. And then in terms of centers, just around sharp, but like he got 30 points before the multiplier last game, but he didn't play a lot of minutes, and LaMarcus Aldridge played really well. So it's just a real dart throw. And when you talk about these center dart throws, like they have to be so good because they have to beat out Jokic, Embiid, like Nurkic, Vucevic. Like they have to beat like 4 really good guys that should, like one of them is going to go off on any given night. So it's like they have to be better than that. So it's really hard to play dart throw center sometimes.
Yeah, but sometimes it does hit. I mean,
Yeah, every once in a while, like, but it's just this.
You are taking a risk.
Especially the slates where you have Jokic and Embiid on the same slate, and there's a lot of them where they're both on the same slate. Then it's really hard. That's when it's really hard to play the dart throw centers, just because like you have to be better than both those guys. Like one of them can have an off night, but for both of them, you have an off night, and then you have to have your guy hit at the same time. So you're like you're hoping 3 things happen instead of just like one thing happening or 2 things.
No, I agree. 100%. That's why, like, with taking some of these riskier players, like I have been looking at that and like seeing what really hits, and then some, like majority of the time it doesn't work. You really have to get lucky. Like that Lopez call that you made the other night, that one actually hit because you got over 80 points. Or if you have somebody that comes in with like a 1.5 or like a 1.7, and all of a sudden, boom, they're over 100 points. Like that's different. That's differential. Like,
so there's some like
it happens.
Like, okay, like you'd have to get lucky for Duran Sharp to be like one of the top scoring centers, but like a Bogdan or like a Bojan Bogdanovic at 1.7, like it wouldn't surprise anybody if he goes out and scores 40 fantasy points and you have the 1.7. Or if Dosomu gives you 40 again because he did it like the last 2 games, like that's not a surprise. Some of these other guys that you're just hoping they go out and they do something extra special.
Let's get into making some lineups. We got lots of time.
Yeah, so let me see if we got any more starting lineup announcements yet. So the Magic already announced theirs before. It was Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, and Mo Bamba. Wendell Carter Jr., like I mentioned before, he's back tonight, but he's not starting. Let's see. The Thunder announced theirs is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, and Jerome Robinson-Earl. Derek Favors has been ruled in. He missed the last time out. Really doesn't matter, but yeah, we don't have any of the other ones yet. Not like there's nothing like super interesting, like early at least. I don't think. The biggest thing is if Seth Curry plays for the 76ers. He's questionable with an ankle injury. We've heard literally 0 news since this morning. So you would assume he's playing then, but I have no idea. Like, and if he doesn't play, then it's like, does Korkmaz start again? I know they started Charlie Brown last time. He was terrible, literally terrible. I said on the show, I'm like, do not play that guy. Like, he's got a 2x multiplier or whatever, but he scored 9 points. You get to 18 if you played him. It wasn't very good.
Yep.
And I think he only played like 16 minutes or something like that too. Maybe not even that much.
Any injuries? You want to talk about any injuries?
Hold on. I was just typing something real quick.
You're good. Go ahead.
Because I have no update. I just updated my core for my picks on my video, but I'm like, there really is no update to the core because nothing happened. So yeah, the biggest things injury-wise today, let's see. So Lakers are essentially normal. The Magic are all the way normal, or they're normal for like what they've been. Obviously, Wendell Carter's back. For 76ers, we're just seeing if Seth Curry plays or not. Like, honestly, like that's the only big thing. If he doesn't play, I guess Korkmaz starts and maybe Charlie Brown starts again. I have no freaking clue. Maybe George's Niang looks like doesn't look terrible then. I don't know. Let's see. The Hornets are all the way healthy, so they're going to have a normal starting lineup, or at least they should. Hold on. Why do they have the expected starting lineup with Terry Rozier or Cody Martin? Why is LaMelo Ball not there?
Oof.
RotoWire, you're drunk. Go home. Let's see. The Heat are the exact same as last. Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry. They're not playing once again. The Atlanta Hawks don't have Bogdanovich or Danilo Gallinari, but Clint Capella's back, so that's pretty boring. Portland Trailblazers, they got Nazir Little. This is questionable tonight. He's dealing with an ankle injury that he got hurt in the last game. If he doesn't play, then they got to play somebody else there, but it's probably going to be like freaking Tony Snell starting, so that's not exciting at all. The Boston Celtics, once again, Marcus Smart's out, Aaron Nesmith's out, but Nesmith doesn't matter. But Smart matters. We already talked about Dennis Schroeder. Bulls, essentially, they're missing the same guys as they've been. Bucks are all the way healthy besides Brook Lopez, who doesn't have a back. Gary Trent's still questionable. That's the one we're waiting for the SuperDraft Pro contest. And then Brooklyn Nets. Oh, so Clax. Oh, hold on. So we got the Nets news at least because Nick Claxton did get ruled out. And DeAndre Bembry is in tonight. So we'll see if Bembry starts once again. These aren't guys I want to play anyways, but they exist. And it kind of matters because like they started Patty Mills last time, so maybe they'll start Bembry and then Edwards and not Mills. I have no idea. I am not Steve Nash, but I'm just posting that real quick. DeAndre Bembry is in.
Yeah, play Desanmu, I think.
He looks decent at 2x. Like, I don't know why he's still 2x. But, like, I'm scared of him because, like, the one game this year, like, he played, like, 34 minutes and didn't do anything. But, but I mean, like, they were also playing with Levine was still active at that point. Like, there's only two guys. So, like, he looks decent because, like, instead of being, like, the fifth best guy on the court, he's, like, the third or fourth. So he actually has to do things. Let's see. Grizzlies still messing the same guys. Nuggets are pretty boring. The Pistons is just whether Killian Hayes plays or not, which I already talked about. Lunch Lady Olenek. The Lunch Lady came back the last time out. Rudy Gobert is questionable tonight. It's kind of big, but like it doesn't really open up anything if he doesn't play. Like they got Rudy Gay, they got Udoka Azubuike, and they got Eric Paschall. They can play minutes, but like none of them look great. Maybe you could take a dart throw on Rudy Gay in that situation, but I'm not like super excited about it. Andrew Wiggins questionable. I already mentioned earlier today. And obviously Klay Thompson's out. Andre Iguodala's out. So, I mean, if you really wanted to go with like an Otto Porter, like you could try it today, but not super exciting to me at least.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now is this him going on a down spill?
Well, DeSomo, you can only look at like the last like 3 or 4 games or whatever.
Yeah, 3 games, but he was like, uphill then down.
Because he didn't play. Like now he's playing like 30, 40 minutes a game.
He's going.
This is one of the things where like you can't look at all the stats because it's just like he's in the starting lineup and he's playing 30 plus minutes a night now. So now he has to like do things.
If he scores 40 points, man, I'm fine with that. Like if he scores 40, that's 80 points. If he
scores 30, you're fine with it.
Yeah, yep.
Which if he's doing what he's been doing, like he's not a bad player. He's just it's a situation. Like there's no way he should be 2x at this point.
He's Nigel says JC Money looking like a hostage. Yeah, my girl put my hair up. So
yeah, but yeah, there's no way right. There's no way that he should be a 2x guy at this point in time. Clippers are starting Reggie Jackson, Amir Coffey, Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, and Zubac. So boring. That's all I can say about that. Don't want to play any. I really don't want to play any Clippers, honestly. I mean, I guess like if you really want to look at Morris, you can look at Morris, but he missed the last game, but it was for a personal reason, which it probably wasn't even a personal reason. It was probably just a rest game, since the NBA lies about everything.
Yeah. think we're gonna go DeJounte, dude. He's such a beast.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably have a decent. I'll have a decent amount of him. I'll have a decent amount of John Moran. I'll have a decent amount of James Harden. I have a decent amount of DeSomu. I'll have a decent amount of Conley. I'll probably have a decent amount of Schroeder. Probably have a little bit of Kobe White in there as well. But yeah, it's not an exciting slate. It's pretty boring, especially for 11 game. Quit looking at Drew Holiday. You don't want to play Drew Holiday tonight.
You know I like him.
Yeah, but you can't play him.
I know.
It's the second game back. Like,
yeah, he had
and he's
a
on.
crappy
I
first.
think he's still on a minutes restriction too.
I just haven't been
you
playing
could
Ja
play
because
him. It just,
screwed me.
you could play him. It just probably won't do well.
Yeah, it probably won't turn out. See, I feel like if I play Ja tonight, he's gonna have one of them 30-point games again.
Nah, they don't got fucking anybody else on their team. That's the problem. Like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, he could suck, but the fact that they have nobody on their team means he has to do things.
Has to.
Yeah, or they get blown out.
See, I mean, I wanted to stack this game. What is? Yeah, I mean,
Which one?
Brooklyn and
San Antonio. You can do that.
yeah, the Spurs.
I mean, you can kind of do it.
I was gonna go DeJounte and we'll do it in another one.
You just do a little stat. Like, you just do DeJounte and Harden, like,
yeah,
or DeJounte and Kyrie. Like, you can't really stack anything else in the game because the rest of the game kind of sucks. Like, I mean, I guess you could throw dart throws at like Derek White at 1.45, but I hate doing that. I hate Derek. Like, when Murray was out, I like playing Derek White, but when Murray's in, I hate it. Because Derek White will get like them 40-point games every once in a while, but you never have any idea when they're freaking coming. Like, you have no idea.
Nigel says Ayo must start tonight at a 2-time multiplier.
Yeah, he said Corey Joseph multiplier 1.7. So if Killian Hayes doesn't play, he's in play. But if Killian Hayes plays, then obviously Corey Joseph does not look very good.
Let's see, what is his multiplier?
Who?
Corey Joseph.
1.7.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He's in the dart throws. But we have no idea if Hayes is going to play tonight or not. If Killian Hayes doesn't play, then he looks good. But if Killian Hayes plays, then Killian Hayes starts and plays at least 20 minutes. And then you're just hoping that Joseph does great in like 25 minutes. Which is not something I want to bet on.
So, we're firing up Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid. I really like Giannis tonight against the Bulls.
I'm fine with that.
And who else do I like? I hate forwards.
I like Siakam. I like Christian Wood.
Siakam, Bam Adebayo, Christian Wood, Jaren Jackson. Like, any one of those four is fine. Jimmy Butler you can throw in there too at 1.15. I like playing a little bit of Jimmy tonight just because I think people are going to be butthurt about the other night still.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
People overreact to things. Like, let's just say Jimmy should be like 30% ownership tonight is the number. But he might come in at like 16 just because people are butthurt. I don't know what he should be projected for ownership wise on SuperDraft, but should be decent because forward's kind of like garbage, honestly, tonight.
I don't know. Jimmy, I mean, he looks good. Let's see who else.
Yeah. You got to put him in at least a couple lines just because.
And I like Siakam too.
Yeah. I like Siakam. I like Jimmy. I like Bam. And I like Jaren Jackson. And Jaren Jackson's by far the riskiest just because he got the foul trouble.
We're going Siakam here.
Okay.
This is the $4 one. I feel like this is pretty safe with one big guy.
I played way more Siakam this year than I've ever played in DFS before. It's weird.
I mean, I I could put Embiid at center, but I think him and Jokic is just smart.
If you put him and Jokic, we'll do both. We'll put them together in this one, then we can switch them up in different ones too.
All right, you can read that one out.
Oh, hold on, I gotta make this bigger. So John Morant 1.1, DeJounte Murray 1.05, Ayu Dosunmu 2x multiplier. Then we got Joel Embiid at 1.05, Giannis at 1, Pascal Siakam at 1.2, and Jokic at 1. That's a pretty solid lineup.
Yeah, I like that. Let's win some money on that one tonight. Please, let's win some money on that one tonight.
Oh. Let's see. It's kind of boring night for NBA for 11 game slate.
Oh, my computer's so slow.
You broke it. But hold on. While you're doing that, I'll refresh. Just make sure we didn't get any more starting lineups.
All right, placing these dollar ones quick.
Hey, look, we got more starting lineups. So Lakers are starting Russell Westbrook, Avery Bradley, LeBron James, Trevor Ariza, and Dwight Howard. So the same as last 2 games, which is a terrible lineup, but Lakers. Seth Curry, the 76ers won. Just gotta say it like that because people get confused otherwise. He is not playing. He's out tonight. So the 76ers are starting Tyrese Maxey, Isaiah Joe, Furkan Korkmaz, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. So I would not play Isaiah Joe on SuperDraft. That's for sure. I'm not sure what his price tags are on DraftKings or FanDuel, but you can try it. But he's not a great fantasy point per minute guy. And even on SuperDraft, even if he's 2x, he's just kind of bad still. Charlotte hasn't announced theirs, but should be pretty normal.
So I think here we do something kind of safe. Let's see.
The last one was pretty safe.
Oh, I mean, you're right, it was. So I'm gonna do the stack here because I didn't done the other one.
Which one?
The Harden and Murray stack. Yeah.
Who's Memphis playing again? They're playing Denver, so no, never mind.
I'm in between SGA and Beal, I think.
Yeah, I mean you can play either one. We got enough lineups that you can play both of them in one. So I prefer Beal myself.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because the Thunder are likely to get blown out, in any The thing is, if the Thunder don't get blown out, SGA looks great. If they get blown out, which happens, 4 out of 10 times, and then he looks terrible. That's just what happens. Unless he does enough before they get blown out. It just sucks because you got a player that should get you a bunch of fantasy points on any given night, but his team sucks.
All right, here we can just go. We can go Jimmy Buckets in this one since we didn't do it on the last one.
76ers. Hold on. God, what the heck's this? Some weird thing just popped up on my computer while I was typing. I'm getting attacked by the Russians.
Ah.
So and Embiid. Okay. Oh, so yeah.
Drawn Jackson.
Yeah, he's got to be in a couple lineups.
I'll do one with him and Morant in one together.
Yeah, shit. Put them apart.
Put them apart?
Yeah. I mean, you can put them together, but I like putting them apart too because it's just if Morant sucks, then Jackson probably does well, or they got blown out, one or the other.
All right, let's get one more forward. And I mean, we can throw LeBron in here. He's finally doesn't have a designation.
Oh, he always has it. He had a designation. He always has a designation. They just took it off. He's probable every game. That way, when they don't play him, they're like, oh, he had an injury the whole time.
Yeah, let's go LeBron. I think it's a night for him to go off.
Yeah, especially if Westbrook's still in the doghouse. He got benched last game. The worst part is they can't rest LeBron ever because their team sucks.
We can throw Embiid in here too. That's the center.
Yeah, you can do that. So let's see. We got James Harden 1x, DeJounte Murray at 1.05, Bradley Beal at 1.2, Jimmy Butler at 1.15, Jaren Jackson Jr. at 1.35, LeBron James at 1, and Joel Embiid at 1.05.
Let's make that money.
Yep. You want to play a Vucevic line?
Sure.
At center? He's either going to do well or he's going to suck against the Bucks. I don't know which though.
Come on, computer. Catch up. I said center.
So, yep. Okay, so the Hornets lineup's up now too. So, LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, and Mason Plumlee. Not Miles. I don't even know that guy still exists. He's not in the NBA, that's for sure.
Vucevic.
That dude made some bank. Mason Plumlee's brother, Miles. He got like one big contract and just like sucked after that. I played good enough for 1 year to get like $10 million a year, which was a big mistake for somebody. And then he got traded like every trade deadline, just as one of those guys that they threw in to make the money work. Let's see what. So Nigel put a thing up here too. So he said Io, LaMelo Ball, Fred VanVleet, Jason Tatum, LeBron, and Rudy Gobert. So first of all, Nigel, you're missing a forward.
You need one more forward.
Yeah. Gobert's kind of risky since he might not play tonight.
Appreciate the super chat too.
Mm-hmm. Probably throw VanVleet in this line. That's your boy.
Yeah, he is. I totally forgot. He's playing tonight. He's like on the main slate of our shit for SuperDraft Pro.
Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the butt to reproject now. Why is Kyle Kuzma not playing? Like my neck hurts. I can't play.
My fingers hurt. Just picked up landscaping duty.
Is that is him saying his neck hurts just a fancy way of saying he has a headache? Because it could be.
Maybe he just doesn't want to play.
So RotoWire is projecting Rui to start, but that doesn't mean much.
Gobert?
No.
Okay, Rudy Gay?
No, Rui Hachimura in place of Kuzma, but he said Bridges.
I might put him in that lineup.
Who? Hachimura?
Hachimura, yeah.
Which one? This one or the later one probably? Yeah.
No, that one
earlier. You want to put Christian Wood in this one?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to play a Christian Wood, Steph Curry lineup?
I'm fine with that.
I didn't really have Steph in play, but Steph Curry is always in play. There you go. Just don't play Seth. That wouldn't end up too well tonight.
No.
So we got Vucevic. Put Giannis in this one too, I guess.
Put Morant.
Unless you want to play Middleton.
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, Drew Holiday's back, but Middleton's been like over 38 fantasy points the last 5 games. 1.3.
He's a forward, I think, on here.
Yeah, he's forward at 1.3. Or he should be 1.3 still, I think. Yep.
Do we still play Morant?
Yeah, you can play Morant. Last guard really doesn't matter. You can play anybody.
All right, we need one more forward.
Let's see. So, Bam Adebayo. We haven't played him yet. Nigel says, I don't know about Vucevic against Brook Lopez and Giannis. Well, Brook Lopez hasn't played for a long time. He had back surgery and he might not play the rest of the year. So not worried about Brook Lopez. If Brook Lopez was playing, I would like Vucevic even more because he can't move. But it's against Bobby Portis and Giannis, so I ain't worried about that really, honestly.
Why isn't he showing up?
Who?
Damn.
Type in ADE. He's on the second one there. Oh, now he's the first one. Hold up. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So this one's going to be Steph Curry at 1.05, John Morant at 1.1, Fred VanVleet for our boy Nigel over there at 1.15, and then Christian Wood at 1.25, Chris Middleton at 1.3, Bam Adebayo at 1.25, and Nikolai Vucevic at 1.15. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Bridges.
Yeah,
Miles Bridges, and
yeah.
I don't love playing Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball together, but yeah, that's where he's talking about Brook Lopez. I'm like, well, if Brook Lopez was playing in this game, I'd feel better about Vucevic because the dude just
we can play his line. We can play his line in that
one.
one.
Throw it in. Yeah.
I got those nickel ones, so
yeah, if you want to put one of the nickel ones, we can do that too. Yep. I'm not sure if we got any other news yet. Let me look. Nazir Little was upgraded to probable, so that means he's playing, and it still means I don't want to touch Nazir Little.
All right, let's play his line.
Yep. So you got Fred VanVleet, LaMelo Ball, and Ayo Dosunmu at guard. And then
Steph
Tatum,
Curry.
LeBron. Yeah, you just have to pay attention to that one just in case Gobert doesn't play.
Who else was it?
What?
LaMelo.
Well, you got Curry in there.
Oh, you said Curry. I'm sorry.
No, LaMelo Ball, Fred VanVleet, and Ayo Dosunmu. Dosunmu. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it. It might be Dosunmu. That sounds weirder though. I like my other way.
All right, read out the forwards.
Tatum. 1.15 probably. They finally move his multiplier up? Nope. Then Miles Bridges and LeBron. There he is. Miles Bridges.
Who's the center?
Rudy Gobert. Patient 0.
Yeah, he is.
Except, yeah. So just pay attention to that one because we don't know if Rudy's playing or not tonight. He's got an ankle injury. So obviously, if he doesn't play, you should switch him to somebody. Who we should switch him to? Let me see. Who plays around that same time? So they play at 9 o'clock. So it's the same time as Memphis. And you can switch to Jokic if you need to. That's fine. Yeah. That's probably like the only person I switched to, but yeah.
All right,
so
we'll do one
more. If he doesn't play, you just switch to Jokic. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to get this one in time now.
2 minutes.
What?
You got 2 minutes.
Oh boy. With your computer, that's like
with my computer.
Seconds. That's like 30 seconds. Dennis Schroeder.
There you go.
Who else? I don't know. Put Kyrie in this one. You don't want Kyrie anywhere. 1.15. Then who's the last one? I don't even know. Let's put Murray. Good enough. Stacking that game again. Then who else? Let's see. I don't know. Just play Jimmy Butler.
I'm going to play Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
Oh yeah. Why do I keep doing that?
Jaron Brown was a shitty wide receiver.
I know. I keep saying it though.
I don't know who else. Embiid.
Got
Play
him.
Embiid and Giannis or something.
We don't have Middleton. Did we put Middleton in at all?
Yeah, we put Middleton one. I'm just trying to get this done quick. Shit, play DeRozan. We ain't got DeRozan anywhere. Or whatever. No, Nurkic fine. Sure. Why not? Hit that button already.
19 seconds go.
19 seconds is like 5 years in your computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nigel says beers on me when you guys win with that lineup.
No chance. Okay. No chance. I was just gonna take out Aaron.
Well, for Nigel's sake, I hope that lineup does cash. Let's see. Did we get any other updates? Nope. Okay, good.
All right, I guess we talked about this.
So that's the main slate. Honestly, for the other slate, let me bring that up. Hold on. Oh, the wrong tab. But it really depends on who starts in place of Kyle Kuzma tonight, honestly. So
I think I'm doing this too. I'm flipping it.
Okay, so if I take where's Kuzma at? So if I take Kuzma out, Kuzma was probably going to play 32 minutes. And if Hachimura's playing, okay, so we'll give him 13. God, where are all those minutes going to go?
I mean,
KCP is going to pick up a couple more minutes.
What was it?
Advi is going to pick up a couple more minutes.
Well, he played. Yeah, he played too.
What?
Montrezl.
Harold, Thomas Bryant, and yeah, Montrezl. Yeah. So Harold, Gafford, and Thomas Bryant all split center minutes. They split the 48 minutes. And lately it's been Harold getting 24 and the other two just splitting the other 24. So Thomas Bryant and Daniel Gafford is essentially not in play tonight unless something, God forbid, happens to Harold.
I'm okay with this.
Hachimura. What?
I said if he gets the time, I'm okay with it. I mean, if he puts that 24 points at 3.2, I'm okay with that.
Well, here's the thing. So here's the thing. If let's just say Rui Hachimura plays 28 minutes, he gets 24 points. He is the best champion play. And this by like 2.5 points. But we don't know if Gary Trent's playing either or not. Let's see. How many points did Embiid have the other night on his 50-point game? Nigel asked. He had 84 points.
Yeah, he went bananas.
Yep, he had 84 points. Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah, so the biggest question here is just who gets this extra time for Kyle Kuzma, who ends up starting in his place. If Rui Hachimura starts, I like Rui Hachimura, whether you're playing him in your flex spot, your co-champion spot, or your champion spot. So, otherwise, the way I've been looking at it now, I like Bradley Beal. I like, obviously, Boucher is popular because of his multiplier. He is the champion in all 5 of the pro picks lineups. So, like, in some senses, I kind of want to like fade him a little bit just because of that, but I don't know if it's right or not. It really, and it depends who starts for Rui Hachimura and if Gary Trent plays in this game, which we don't have any news yet. I can click on his name again and see if they said anything more, but ain't no guarantees. Where's Gary Trent?
I don't got any. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see.
So he's available. 26 minutes ago. Available for the game. He's playing, yeah.
Yep. So Boucher looks worse. Because Gary Trent's probably going to play like 26 minutes tonight. So Gary Trent looks terrible, but
good. That's something we can fade then.
Okay, let's see.
Can we throw Siakam? Can we throw like our Van Vliet or Siakam in there at the co-champ? Or do you want to get crazy?
I'm redoing this. So I'm gonna put.
I like your Hachimura call.
So I like. So if we get Boucher, Boucher before, we'll give him 28 now. So he doesn't look very good. Like Boucher, you can still play as a normal flex. Like he's not terrible there. So you can look at Bradley. So let's see. The guys that would be the best champion, like Hachimura projects as the best champion, but he has to start. If he doesn't start, then he can't project as the best champion. But he'd still be a decent flex play. Let's see. Bradley Beal looks good as a champion. I got him projected for 83 in the champion spot. Let's see. God. Like the problem with Siakam is his multiplier is so crappy. Like even in the champion spot at 1.5, he only projects for 66. Like Kentavious Caldwell Pope projects better than in the champion spot than him. So technically, the way that my projections would have it now would be you play Rui Hachimura in the champion spot, Bradley Beal in the co-champion spot, and then you would play. Probably Siakam, Van Fleet, Scotty Barnes, and either Chris Boucher or Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
What about the OG? You don't like the OG tonight?
Yeah, he's okay. Like him and Scotty Barnes are the same play. Like him and Scotty Barnes are the same guy. Like on tonight on this slate, they have, but OG's multiplier is lower. Like I have OG projected for 30 points, Scotty Barnes projected for 29 points, and they have a 0.1 multiplier difference in the flex spot.
0.15.
What?
Oh my bad.
In the flex spot. Let's see. Yeah. So technically, Scotty Barnes projects for 1.45 more points after the multiplier in the flex spot. And then it goes up slightly if you put him in the champion or co-champion spot. I don't know. Precious Achiuwa still looks so I think at this point, Bradley Beal looks good. He's probably going to be a champion or co-champion. How much does this help Dinwiddie, though? That's the real question. Let's just see if I give Dinwiddie 2 more points. He's still not that great. So he's got to get to, 29? He's got to get 30, really, to be in play. I don't know. I still don't like Dinwiddie. I don't know. Like, this is a hard one.
I'm going to go with your play, I think. Just hope for the best.
I mean, I think as long as Hachimura starts, you should have Hachimura somewhere. If you want to risk playing him in the champion spot, that's a risk that, you can take. But
I'm taking it.
Like he could be the best champion or he could just be okay. Is it like if he doesn't start, there's no way we can play him at champion though. And we don't know that news for probably like another 30 minutes. Let's see. I'll build one. So let me build this.
I mean, I'm between Boucher and just rocking both the OG and Barnes.
I don't think I'm playing Boucher at all now.
Yeah, I might just do this then.
With Trent back. Unless Trent just doesn't start or something. But I don't see that happening. Who was I saying I was going to play? I can't even remember who I was going to play. So I got Beal and Hachimura.
Oh, what you said was Achiuwa. Didn't you say Achiuwa?
So I got Kentavious Caldwell Pope. I hate it, but his multiplier is high enough. Does Kuzma being out help Montrezl Harrell enough? Probably not. I mean, Harrell's in play. Like you can play Harrell. But I don't think Kuzma being out, it's not going to help him get more minutes, but is it going to help him get more shots? Maybe. So I think, let's see. Do I want to play Achiuwa? Siakam. This is a weird freaking lineup. Where's Precious at? So the one I just did was Rui Hachimura in the champion spot, Bradley Beal co-champion, Kentavious Caldwell Pope as a flex spot, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, and Precious Achiuwa as flex spots. There's a lot of different ways this game can go because Siakam could do good. He could do okay. Fred VanVleet could do really good, or he could just do like mediocre. Or he said, Nigel said, "Io champion. Io, we can't play him in the champion spot.
Yeah.
He's not in this game."
Yeah, it's only the one game there, Nigel.
Yeah. So like the thing is with Scotty Barnes back, Achua and Boucher split more minutes. So whoever's playing better is going to stay on the court. But Nick Nurse hates Chris Boucher, so Achua should play more, at least. Unless Chris Boucher is just playing out of his mind, then I guess you probably should have Chris Boucher in your champion spot already. I don't know. I'm just going full fade on Boucher just because everybody else is going to play him. Don't like Gary Trent. Like on Toronto. So let me just break it down like this, at least. On Toronto, you can play Pascal Siakam, you can play Fred VanVleet, you can play OG Anunoby, you can play Scotty Barnes, you can play Chris Boucher, and you can play Precious Achiuwa. So you can play any of those six. And if you're playing, Fred VanVleet, Scotty Barnes, Chris Boucher, and Precious Achiuwa would be the ones I'd play in co-champion or champion spots. Pascal Siakam's probably better off in the flex spot just because his multiplier is low. In terms of the Washington Wizards, you can play Bradley Beal. You can play Bradley Beal. You can play Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. You can play Montrezl Harrell. You can play Rui Hachimura. Not like really excited about the other guys. You could look at Denny Advia, but his multiplier is just so much lower than like a Hachimura or something. If Advia starts and Hachimura comes off the bench, you could look at Advia. But really, it's just Hachimura, Harrell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Bradley Beal. You could play Spencer Dinwiddie if you really, really want to. I'm just not doing it myself.
3.85, man. If he hits 20 points, I'm super happy with that.
So I have him projected for 24 points if he starts tonight and plays 28 minutes. So that would be 92.4 points in the champion spot, which would make him the best, which in projections should make him the best champion tonight. Doesn't mean that Bradley Beal doesn't come out and score 60 and outscore it, or Pascal Siakam or Fred VanVleet, because that's definitely a possibility too.
But I'd rather have those guys, on my regular flex spots doing something like that, and then have, Hachimura come out and, even if he puts up 20 points, I mean, that's almost 80 points.
Yeah. So, I don't like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, but like he projects for 23 points now because so he's okay. Like, hold on. So we got a couple more starting lineups. So the Hawks are starting Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Okongwu. Okongwu is starting, not Capella.
Oh, shit.
Apparently I willed that into the world. I'm like, I don't know why that will happen. Like, I doubt that happens, but it is happening.
You tend to will a lot of things into the world. Let's talk about that, brother. Because you definitely do.
So let's will Rui Hachimura into being the primary champion tonight.
Yes, please.
Let me look at something real quick on Hachimura, but I gotta type this out real quick.
Hachimura.
I love that dude at Gonzaga when he played there, but Rui, what's the most amount of minutes he's played in a single game this year? That's what I need to look at. So let's see. The most he's played so far this year is 17 minutes. And that was the last game. But 14, 15, 12, 15, 16, 17. So the problem is they got too many freaking centers now, first of all. So he can't play small ball center anymore because they brought Montrezl Harrell, and Gafford's actually playing decent, or he was playing decent at least. And then they got Kyle Kuzma playing the 4, and Kuzma's been playing good, so he only gets the minutes that Kuzma hasn't got. Like, Hachimura's a good player. Or like,
oh yeah, looks like it.
He's a guy that should be playing more than 17 minutes a game. No, like normally on this team, but
well, I'd hope so. Anyway, I mean, if Kuzma's out, he should have that.
No, but the fact that Kuzma's out, if he starts, he should play 28 minutes. I would assume. My biggest thing was just like, is his conditioning good enough? Because like he started off the year, I don't even know exactly what it was, but he was dealing with like some personal issue. Then like he was like out due to conditioning for like a month straight. So you think he'd be in shape now, I guess, right? I don't know.
Better be. Freaking better be. It's tomorrow's 2 games slate.
Hold on. So we got that for what?
NFL.
Oh, boo. Let me see. See what the other starting lineups were that we got, because we got a couple other ones too. So I already said the Hawks. The Heat are starting Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo. So the exact same as last time out. Max Strus is listed as a game time decision now all of a sudden. Says he's probable, but he has a knee injury that popped up apparently. Right knee contusion. Apparently he bruised his knee in warmups somehow. Apparently, like, he didn't have that injury designation all day. So, like, how else do you bruise your knee? I think if you bruised your knee like 2 nights ago, you would realize it.
Getting off the bus, just banged it into something.
Sounds like something I'd do.
Damn, they don't have like anything for tomorrow yet.
Let's see. Tucker Adebayo. So Portland Trailblazers are starting Anthony Simon, CJ McCollum. Nazir Little is playing. Robert Covington, Joseph Nurkic. So boring. I told you tonight's boring. Like, the most exciting thing we had is Seth Curry and Kyle Kuzma getting rolled out. So now we had to talk about freaking Isaiah Joe.
So tomorrow's it's a 3-game slate tomorrow.
Yep. 3-gamer. And then Sunday's like a freaking 9-game slate that we're not going to be doing.
So yeah, we won't be live for that, but we definitely can still get some notes and we can post them on Twitter.
Yep. So the Celtics are starting Dennis Schroeder, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, Robert Williams. You know, the usual stuff. They'll probably win tonight because Marcus Smart's not playing. They're a better team without Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Good defender, terrible at everything else.
Just in the way.
Well, the problem is they're trying to make him play point guard, and he's not a point guard, and he thinks he can shoot way better than he actually can. So those are problems. That's not somebody you want to have. Like, I don't care how good you are on defense. That's not going to help when you're that way. And Nigel said, good luck, guys. So good luck to you as well, but you're not playing, so good luck to your lineup.
Yeah, good luck. We're going to hope that lineup hits, Nigel. We'll give you a huge shout out on the show if that hits, for sure. Stoked. It's going to be a fun. I mean, even though it looks like a boring lot.
Okay, so supposedly there's some inside news that says Gobert is pretty much doubtful. He's not really questionable. So
Nigel, if you're still in here throwing somebody else for center.
Yeah. You got to throw it in because we're playing his lineup for him.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he has, I want to know what he wants in there now.
Yeah. Probably just going to be Jokic, honestly.
Give it.
Just because they play at the same time anyways. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like, the SuperDraft Pro contest, like, the only thing we're really waiting for is just if the starting lineup for the Wizards. But we might not get that for another 20 minutes. But usually they're a team that gets it out pretty early. But not right now. This is how NBA works. When there's a team that usually gets their starting lineup out early and you're waiting for news, that's when it comes in late. Let me look on Twitter, just see if there's any rumblings if Hachimura is actually starting or not. Because sometimes they'll say like ahead of time, like, oh, he'll replace Kyle Kuzma in the lineup, but not announce the. Huh. So there's something about Hachimura talking about how him and Yuta Watanabe are the first. So they were the first pair of Japanese players to play in the same NBA game 2 years ago. Now it's the second time they're playing against each other. Apparently, it's Japanese Heritage Night too. So, Hachimura.
Yes,
there's your narrative. There's your narrative.
Love it. Love that.
Let's see.
He said put in wood. What?
Can't put in wood. He's only forward eligible on here.
Yeah. Yeah. I just put in Jokic.
Yeah.
Nigel, I just put in Jokic. I mean, we could put Embiid
so
in
there
there
is
too.
oh shit, you know what that means? They're actually gonna play Watanabe a little bit tonight. Just because it's Japanese Heritage Night. He's gonna be in the rotation instead of like a 7 or 8 man rotation. He gets to play 5 minutes just because it's Japanese Heritage Night. It's gonna happen now though. But you still don't want to play him.
No. All right. I don't think there's anything else more to talk about really tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
they don't
really
really have
not. Like honestly, it just depends if Rui starts or not. That's the only thing. If you want to follow up on that in 20 minutes, go on my channel, click on my video for today. It should be on there in the comments.
And you know what? How about this? Let them know where to find you at, Craig.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, on YouTube at Coach Craig Sports, on patreon.com/Coach Craig Sports, on Sports Me at Coach Craig Sports as well. So not going to bore anybody today.
And you can follow me everywhere. JC Money Design, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. And make sure you guys are on the lookout Sunday, because we aren't going to be live on Sunday. So we'll make sure to at least have some of these notes that we have up here. I'll throw some of the graphics up, and I'll make sure that Craig, my man Craig here, has them as well, so that he can throw them up on his pages. And then if you want to, you can even use them like on your video the day before if you want to. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. We'll be on later. We'll be in later. And I'm not sure if you can do your video in the morning that day, so you can just do it there if you want to. I mean, whatever you want, my brother.
Yeah, with that too, like I can send you the notes ahead of time too, and even if you just make the graphic and we throw something up on Twitter too.
Yeah, I'm down for that. That's probably what we'll end up doing.
Yeah. So make sure you're following both of us on Twitter. JC Money Design for him, Coach Craig Sport for me.
Yeah. Yep. He said Jokic is my hometown guy from Serbia. You got it, bro. So all right, we'll be back tomorrow night. You know, for the 3-game slate. Hope you guys got your slate in for tonight for the SuperDraft Pro side at least. Tomorrow is football. You know, we'll be back on with Hustler and I should be on tomorrow for some football stuff. I'm sure we'll do some stuff with watching the game and everything like that. You know, you're always invited.
Yeah, so, let me see. Is tomorrow normal start time or not? I think it's still 6 tomorrow.
Oh, for basketball?
NBA. Let me look real quick. Hold on. NBA and 22nd. Come on, you can do it.
Yep. Main slate is tomorrow, same time.
Okay. ESPN's being slow again.
That's
so we'll be back around 5 o'clock.
I appreciate y'all hanging out with us every day. Appreciate everything you guys do for us. I mean, yeah, it's just really appreciated. That's all I guess I can say.
Maybe the 3-gamer will be more exciting than this 11-game slate.
I mean, it does. I mean, who's playing? Who did it say was playing tomorrow? Damn it. My computer's being slow. Yeah. Screw it.
So wait. So it's why am I seeing more games than you?
That's all it showed up on. That's all it showed up on. There must be games before that then, earlier.
Oh no, it duped him. It duplicated them on my screen.
Oh.
So it's Sacramento, Milwaukee, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Cleveland, and then the Pacers and the Suns. So those could be 3 fucking blowout games. so that slate might be terrible too. Those are the worst when you have like a small slate and like all the games are blowouts or like all but one are blowouts and you have to guess which one's going to stay competitive and then it's not the one you think it is.
Yeah. What game was that the other night we thought was going to be really competitive? I think it was
last night. There's no way the Pacers second stringer should have stayed with the Warriors, but they won.
That was the Hornets game versus was it Celtics? Is that who they played? I can't remember. We called one game out and it was just boring. I thought it was gonna be a big fucking scoring game and just didn't.
Yeah.
You go by the second quarter, you're like, whoa, they have not scored any points. But anyways, get signed up at SuperDraft Pro. We want everyone in here playing. It's a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, you need to get in now. But all right. We're gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys
Put
tomorrow.
down the
Good luck on
sandwich.
this. What was that?
Put down the sandwich. Click the link and get in.
Yeah, for sure. And let me know what kind of sandwich you are eating because I'm kind of hungry.
Me too.
All right, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. See all y'all back here tomorrow. Peace.